choice.
People are going to, in the environment we have, people are going to do stupid things. And if you think you can get a rise out of somebody by doing something like that and calling a bomb threat in, again, if you get caught, you're going to get prosecuted to the full extent of law.
Springfield continuing to deal with threats tonight, bringing together top city and state leaders. There's been a lot of questions lately, especially on public safety. This after the city was thrown into the national spotlight over the Haitian immigrant issues. Eli Burgett was at that news conference today. So, Eli, what were you hearing?
That's right. Earlier today, Governor DeWine was joined by Springfield Mayor Rue, the County Board of Commissioners, and the Ohio Department of Public Safety, and they talked about what they are doing to improve health care, education, and the economy of Springfield. But the main topic of what they are doing today was to keep the city safe. In the past week, Springfield has received nearly 40 bomb threats.
The reason that we have taken some of these extraordinary steps is so the citizens of Clark County, Haitian, non-Haitian, whoever they are, can in fact feel safe. We are moving pretty darn quickly if there is a report that a building has been threatened, and that's our goal, is to get in there, get people out, but quickly open it back up.
36 Ohio State troopers are already patrolling the halls of Springfield City School District. ATF bomb dogs are already in Clark County, and they can respond at a moment's notice if there are any potential threats. We also know that Homeland Security plus investigators from Ohio and BMV and Public Safety are on the ground in Springfield helping out as well. And federal agents will continue investigating any potential threats that may come towards the city. Again, Governor DeWine wants to stress that these extra precautions will be in place until they feel they are no longer necessary. Back to you.
And just into our newsroom, the White House announcing it is now sending federal support to Springfield. The DOJ's Community Relations Service will help the community react to conflict, including 4 more bomb-sniffing dogs. And the very latest threat coming in just today at Clark State Community College. A suspicious package was found on Leffel Lane campus around 8 a.m. this morning. Clark State Security immediately contacted local police, who found the package was not concerning and also no threat. Campus was then declared safe about 3 hours later. Now, in light of all of these safety issues, today Springfield Mayor Rob Rue issued a proclamation granting him temporary emergency powers. So what does this mean exactly? That means there's an expedited process to get resources for potential threats, allowing departments to respond more efficiently to civil unrest, cyber threats, and even potential acts of violence. This proclamation will stay in effect until the city determines public safety risks have subsided. Governor Mike DeWine also announcing new health clinics to help expand primary care access in the city of Springfield. Next week, a mobile health clinic will be open that will then transition into a permanent health care facility to reduce wait times and to serve all the people in Springfield.
Whether you've lived here for your whole life or whether you just came in recently, the goal is to reach everybody in the community. Again, we think we know that there is a significant need there. And we intend to do everything that we can to really supplement and booster the health department's capacity to reach more people.
Now, the Ohio Department of Health is working with the Clark County Combined Health District. And all this spurred after former President Donald Trump said people are eating cats and dogs on the debate stage just last week. That, of course, is a rumor that city and state officials have repeatedly debunked. Now, Trump says he's planning to visit the city of Springfield just days after Mayor Rue said he's concerned how a presidential candidate visit would impact the city. Mayor Rue says they will work with law enforcement, first responders, and the Secret Service to make sure safety, of course, is the top priority and minimize disruptions in daily life.
As a visit from the former president will undoubtedly place additional demands on our safety infrastructure. Should he choose to change his plans, it would convey a significant message of peace.
The former president says he plans to visit, though, in the next 2 weeks. Visiting Springfield today is former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. He is hosting a town hall, which is going to be starting in about 30 minutes from now, focusing on immigration. Earlier today, he also had a walking tour of the city. Kurt Ledlow is in Springfield tonight and tells us how the community is feeling.
I think people have to realize that the Haitian people are not bad people. They're kind, loving people, and we need to help them.
Love the city. Immigration is what it is. The Haitian population is welcome here. So there are a lot of haters, but that always happens.
Still, folks agree that as the population of Springfield has grown by 25% or so due to immigration, governments need to do more to help those people transition from immigrant to citizen.
Do something, trust us, come in and talk with us, and make a plan that's fair to the Haitians, make a plan that's fair to the community members.
Most people we spoke with aren't a fan of tonight's town hall or a potential visit from Donald Trump.
So we're inviting more hate. Now we have towers. I've had to pick my granddaughters up from school because of hate. I was at the store yesterday. You know, I was at Aldi's. Walmart was evacuated because of hate. It's ridiculous. And the Haitians aren't to blame. We've had issues in this town way before the Haitians came.
That was Kurt Ledlow reporting. Now, of course, we're always going to be bringing you updates on our social media pages, so be sure to like and follow us at Dayton 24/7 now on all platforms. We will, of course, will keep you in the loop as we learn more. The drought in Ohio is now expanding. Take a look at this map. We now have Greene, Clark, and Champaign counties are now experiencing extreme drought. That's according to the U.S. Drought Monitor's newest map, which this was the one released just this morning. Most of the Miami Valley, of course, still seeing moderate or severe level droughts. Preble County, though, seeing moderate drought conditions and is under a burn ban. Also tonight, Harrison Township is doing the same. The fire chief issuing a complete ban on open burns there today to protect the community from heightened fire risks. Open fires of any kind, non-electric outdoor cooking methods, smoking, fireworks, or other spark-causing recreational activities are now prohibited. Violators could get a citation or be criminally prosecuted. And let's take a live look right now from our Eco Plumber Skycam and send things out to Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters.
Well, hardly a cloud in the sky out there. Another dry day here in the Miami Valley. And of course, those extreme drought conditions now expanded westward into our region due to the lack of precipitation. Since September 1st, just a trace of precipitation. So we're over 2 inches behind for the month. That being said, we're over a month with only receiving about 1/100 of an inch of rain at a maximum for a day period. So it has been very dry. The good news is we have some rain in the forecast. I'm going to talk about that. Until then, it's hot. 89 in Dayton, 89 in Troy. Compared to where we are compared to this time yesterday, a degree or so warmer for many of us. But tonight, we'll drop into those 60s. It's going to be a mild night, but coming up, I will talk about those rain chances. I'll let you know how much rain we could see in just a bit.
After a summer of youth gun violence here in the city of Dayton, one organization is now attempting to make a change. The Omega Community Development Corporation is hosting an event right now to spread peace in West Dayton. Lydia Bice is there and shares more about this impactful event.
I'm at the Hope Zone Youth for Peace gathering where little kids all the way up to adults have gathered to combat youth gun violence in our area, specifically in West Dayton. They created signs and marched through West Dayton in honor of those who lost their lives and to hopefully make a change here in the future.
Every summer we see upticks in violence affecting our community. This summer seemed especially devastating as we lost many young people, lost their lives right here in Northwest Dayton in the area that we call the Hope Zone. More recently, we lost a 12-year-old young girl who died in her sleep because of a stray bullet.
Which is why the Omega Community Development Corporation chose West Dayton to host its Youth for Peace gathering, where all ages have come together to make a change. Rachel Ward says West Dayton may have a stereotype surrounding gun violence, but not every teen is involved in it.
There are some who really want peace in their community and want to be a part of those solutions. This is an opportunity for us to do that together.
Rachel's mother, Vanessa Ward, who is the president of the Omega Community Development Corporation, says that one major thing that would help to combat teen gun violence is teens having a safe place to go in their free time.
There ought to be something other than our Dayton Library, which is doing a fantastic job, the Northwest Dayton Library. But where else do children have to go after school?
Another major way to combat teen gun violence is if more people throughout the community No matter what age you are, get involved.
Find one of those organizations and volunteer to serve 2 hours a week, or, once a week, or, once a month even.
In the web version of this story on Dayton247now.com, I featured a list of organizations that you can get involved in to combat teen gun violence in our area. Back to you.
Welcome into the Bob's Discount Furniture Sports Desk. Week 5 of Thursday Night Lights takes us to New Madison as Tri-Village host Sonia. Matt Digby will be calling the game tonight, of course, as he does every Thursday night. He joins us now live in Darke County. So, Matt, this, of course, is going to be a contest with more than just county bragging rights on the line.
Certainly, county bragging rights are just one of the factors at stake tonight. Also at stake, playoff points in Division 7, Region 28, and also this will go a long way to determining who wins the Western Ohio Athletic Conference title at the end of this season, I should say. You should consider, though, last season, Ansonia won at home. They end up running the table for a perfect regular season, winning the WOAC outright. 2 years ago, the Patriots won here in New Madison by 1 point, and the two schools would share the conference title with a 7-1 record. Now, yesterday, I spoke with the two head coaches, Adam Hall and Matt Hopkins. They did not ignore the big picture stakes regarding tonight, but they're confident of a good performance from their respective teams.
It is a big game. Tri-Village is at the top of the conference every year. We want to be up there every year. If you want to do well, you've got to beat Tri-Village. That's what we're working towards. The game last year was big, and it could have went either way. I think we've gotten a lot better than where we were at the beginning of the year.
We got to be able to enjoy it, embrace it, because that's a part of high school football, right? That's the fun part. That's why we do this thing. But when it's 7 o'clock on Thursday, we got to be able to lock in, forget all the stuff, and it's our 11 versus their 11.
Again, both teams are 3-1 entering tonight. Ansonia has won 3 straight after beginning the year 0-1. Tri-Village was 1-1 after a home loss a couple weeks ago. They have won 2 straight, going for 3 straight themselves. Keith, Gwynn, and I will have coverage of the game coming up tonight on My TV Dayton at 7 o'clock. We'll send it back to the studio in New Madison. I'm Matt Digby.
And of course, we're broadcasting tonight's game over on My TV Dayton. That's 22.3 over the air and Spectrum Channel 24. Each week, we highlight a local matchup between schools across the Miami Valley. Next week, Stebbins is going to be at West Carrollton. Of course, we'll also catch you up on the best plays every night, every Thursday night, I should say, right here at Dayton 24/7 now. Local school districts received their report cards from the state. Hear what DPS's superintendent says about their grade and the improvements already in place.
Plus, I'm tracking those rain chances finally returning to the Miami Valley. I'll time it all out for you. That's coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
The Sports Desk is sponsored
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Florida's Atlantic coast was filled with electricity on Wednesday. From here near West Palm Beach to farther north in Fort Pierce, lightning ruled the skies. In Northern California, lightning and a rainbow appeared together over the Sacramento River. This pretty fog bow graced a field near Green Bay, Wisconsin, while across Lake Michigan, the fog gave us this epic sunrise near Kalamazoo.
For more content like this, follow the National Weather Desk on Instagram.
Dayton Public Schools is now responding after receiving their annual report card from the Ohio Department of Education. This year, the district received a 2 out of 5. Now, that is below state standards. However, the district says there have been significant improvements, including increased student literacy, attendance, test scores, and graduation rates.
We went out to talk about that plan in the evenings at schools throughout the fall. And then we talk about it in our conversation, and we talk about it in schools, and we talk about it in meetings, and then we go to see if it's being implemented with fidelity, and we monitor the process. So I think school is really simple. Oftentimes we don't do what we say we're going to do, and I think if you do what you say you're going to do, more often than not, you'll get better.
Dr. Lawrence also says he wants school to be fun and believes when students are engaged and have something to look forward to, like a field trip, it drives attendance.
Well, a hot one and a dry one here across the Miami Valley. High pressure still in control, keeping things on the quiet side. Our next weather maker, you could actually see just off to our west some storms developing through parts of Wisconsin and into Minnesota. We will start to see this system make its way closer in, and we're talking about several chances of rain in the forecast over these next several days, mainly for the start of next week. So let's go ahead and time it out for you, because we will see this system approach us heading into our late Friday into our Saturday. Notice a few showers possible Friday night, early Saturday morning. So we'll track a few showers. This isn't going to be enough, of course, to relieve us from those drought conditions. In fact, most places will stay dry with this first little chance of rain. That being said, starting off next week, our rain chances begin to increase. We will see more moisture available and then a little bit more forcing as a low pressure system begins to make its way in. So heading into our Monday time frame, scattered showers possible. And then once we get this front to make its way through, which now looks like time frame of that front swinging in would be Tuesday night, and then should be heading out by our Wednesday, which will bring us a chance for those scattered showers before some cooler air begins to take over. So notice our rain chances slowly going up, especially Monday night into our Tuesday. So we're going to be monitoring that rain because it looks like we could finally see some beneficial rain here in the Miami Valley.
The Dayton Food Bank hosting a mass food distribution today at UD Welcome Stadium. The free distribution passed out pantry staples and even fresh produce. It's a huge event, and you can see that line wrapped around the parking lot multiple times. Nearly 2,000 households were served in just 2 hours. The food bank says it's important to get out and serve people this time of year.
We're really glad to be passing out fresh produce right now because we are in a drought, and I know that a lot of farmers are struggling to get their produce to look like it has in previous years when we've had an abundance of rain. We typically try to stage them during times of year that we know are traditionally more expensive. And right now, you know, it's the end of the summer, and we have just been hit with back-to-back heat waves that are really hiking up cooling costs, and the prices of food are still high.
CareSource passed out toothbrushes. Premier Health's mobile clinic provided some free biometric screenings. And new this year, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library of Ohio helped give out children's books. And Sixa, I know how to say that right, passed out pet food to the whole family. Our weekly TNL Off the Turf features the community off the football field, how the new Madison community is showing its pride still ahead. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Welcome to Beat the Stigma. 10 seconds on the clock.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
As Thursday Night Lights always features players on the field, we want to highlight the community off the field. So Off the Turf celebrates the locals each week. And for week 5 of TNL, Tej Joshi is in New Madison.
Week 5 of our Thursday Night Lights series brought our team to New Madison, a smaller town where the school is one of the uniting factors bringing the community together. This is Tri-Village High School, where academics and athletics are both huge points of pride for the school and the surrounding community.
I love that our town is still one of those small towns that kind of shuts down or doesn't make plans when you have a big ball game coming up.
That was Hayden Shalecki speaking. He is a community leader here in town who happens to be the owner of the local watering hole. And just walking around Shalecki's, it is apparent that he and his team love their Tri-Village Patriots and they love their town. There are other local businesses here in New Madison, but one place that I need to tell you about is Snack Shop. This is a place where you can get awesome frozen treats, enjoy some old school vibes, and if you're like me, you'll just truly enjoy the ice cream. Overall, this is a great small town with a focus on school spirit and a welcoming atmosphere.
And not too bad weather for TNL as I head over here. Right, I was over at the wall. But hey, we have warm weather and another dry evening. But if you're done with the 90s, we got a couple more days. Good news is next week's looking a whole lot more seasonable. Not even really necessarily cool for this time of the year. We're just going to return close to normal for this time of the year after we get a cold front to swing through by next week, which will also increase our rain chances. But again, heading out to that game this evening, it is going to be a warm one. Kickoff